visit China, be aware of this. When you're walking on the streets, you might see people do this. 拍个照，拍个照 or 自拍，自拍，自拍 or they might not say anything, they just 老外，老外 Don't be surprised that if you take a picture with them and they started to offering like gifts. Dude, Chinese love foreigners. As long as you don't look like Chinese, you feel like a celebrity in China.
Amazing viewer, I'm glad you're watching. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad to share this video with you as you look at diversity, unified diversity. And one of those countries that have been able to embrace foreigners in love is China. So here we are trying to shift a little bit from the racism to the countries that are so welcoming, that love intercultural relationships, that loves interracial marriages. So here we are. And the first one is China. But did you know that you can possibly quit your job and just travel to China if you don't look like a Chinese and walk on the street and become a millionaire? Yeah, I'll let you discover this in this video. And also don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.
Being black in Shanghai.
Y'all, this is crazy.
You won't believe that on this section of this video, this one black guy has attracted all this crowd in China, and he has decided to join their game, and likely he won the game. It was a very long video, so I didn't want to bring the whole of it here, but look at it. Just one black guy. Look at that crowd around him. Imagine. Yeah, all these people are waiting to just take a picture with this beautiful looking black girl who has just traveled to China, and she found it so interesting. But just pulling her hair, and right now everyone wants to take a picture with her. And here she's even in the bars, wherever. And sometimes when they see black people, they feel like they're Beyonce in China. So every black girl is a Beyonce. So I feel like if I am to travel in such country, I'll just feel so disoriented that I might even forget where I'm going.
Okay, Beyonce. Okay. This is so cute.
Here comes the Rasta. Hey, Rasta. Wagwan, bombotlada. Udiregile ka idretsetsi. He's responsible for the Barege Bob Maliwa Momzan. Evile maba nampotsori enotla Jamaica.
Let me tell you something about being black and having the last name Wong, part 2.
Y'all know I got a lot to say about this. So the funny thing is, my last name's Wong Shing, but it's kind of a mistake. It should be Shing Wong, and that's a whole another story. And what's so interesting is, all my life having the last name Wong and looking like this and being black, first day of school was always Joseanne Wong Shing, and I raised my hand, and they're like, no, Joseanne Wong Shing, and I'm like, no, that's my name. But all of that did not do nothing to prepare me for this. When I landed in Hong Kong for the first time and went to passport control, mind you, I've been flying for like 16 hours from New York, so I'm already like done. And I hand my passport to this Chinese man in Hong Kong airport, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I was like, bruv, I don't have time to tell you the history of why my last name's Wong. Just know some of your peeps went to the Caribbean and did not come back. Hence why I'm black with the last name Wong.
During the video, moving on, I find interesting this conversation between this young girl and this African from, I think, Ghana. We'll let you enjoy the conversation as they go on.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
My name is Oya Yu Yue.
Oya Yu Yue. 我是和平.
Hello.
Hey, what are you eating?
This is noodles.
Noodles. Wow, your English is very good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have an English name? English name? 英文名字有吗? What's your English name?
My name is Sophia.
Sophia. Okay, my English name is Harmony.
Harmony.
Yes. I come from Zimbabwe. 你知道津巴布韦吗？我的国家是津巴布韦。
津巴布韦。
对，英文会说 Zimbabwe。
津巴布韦。
Yeah. Hey, see you.
See you.
啊，注意安全。
You've been living in China for 4 months.
Yes.
这边最大的3个文化冲击是什么？
Number one, in America, you don't use your phone as much as you do in China. You use your phone here to pay for things, WeChat, to talk to your friends, call a cab. However, if your phone dies in China, you're completely cut off from all communication, all way to pay.
You'll get used to it, actually. Do you have a key for your apartment, or is it a password lock?
It's a password lock.
So you just walk out with your cell phone, you're good.
Yeah.
Once you get used to it, it's going to be like reverse culture shock going back to America. I need cash and a wallet and my ID and credit cards on me at all times and an actual real key. After living here for 5 years, my number one culture shock has remained the same. They do not typically flush toilet paper down the toilet, but they put it in the trash can beside the toilet. So like in public bathrooms, there's just an open face trash can full of used toilet paper.
And number two, the city is incredibly clean and orderly. The subway is a really great example. I was coming from New York City. The subway in New York City is, incredibly dirty. There's not as much organization as there is in the Shanghai subway.
Is that a culture shock though?
Not necessarily.
It's a shock that it's so clean here.
It's shockingly clean.
It's shockingly clean. My second biggest culture shock, I would say, personal space in general. Sometimes getting on and off the subway, people actually just being in physical contact with you for more than 30, 45 seconds at a time is just considered normal here. Or when you're in line, if you're not belly to someone's back, you're not in line.
Number three for me, I'm gonna piggyback off of that. I find the same thing not only on the subway, like you were saying, but on the streets. I will literally be walking down the street. I will make eye contact with someone, a few meters down the street. We have, lots of time to meet each other and figure out which way we're gonna go. In New York, if I were to do that, we would move apart and find our lanes to pass each other way in advance. In Shanghai,
it's like chicken.
It's like chicken until the very last centimeter. I swear, I will almost run into everybody I see on the street. And usually they're also on their phones. I'm not on my phone. And I see them coming and we both dive at the last second and then we pass each other.
My number three, there's about 15 people on the other side of this camera watching us, taking pictures. It is kind of weird. It's not considered rude to just stop and look at people for long periods of time. You know that they know that they're watching you and they just keep looking. Yeah.
As I was taking this video, minding my business, I just turned back and then there was this lady videoing me. And I'm just like, I'm not even in your mood today. So I kept on walking, kept it moving. And then the whole group started following me. I was like, this is getting so creepy. I can't deal with it. I just kept videoing myself so I'll know where this is all going. And then they were videoing me from behind. So I'm like, why are you so obsessed? And they kept on following me. They even passed me at some point and went ahead of me and still videoed me from the front. I'm like, rest, please. I was fed up at this point, so I just crossed the road and continued.
5 things you need to know before go to China. Number 1, Google, Instagram, Facebook are not allowed in China. If you want to use them, you have to download an app called VPN. Number 2, 99% of Chinese people use WeChat. If you want to survive in China and make friends with Chinese people, you have to download the app WeChat. Number 3, in China, people don't use cash and credit cards anymore. We use phone. But you also don't need to worry about paying by cash because there are still so many people in China, like the elderly people, they don't know how to use their phone to pay. So let's just join them. 4, China does not have the tipping culture like the US. But if you want to do it, you can tell them that this is for thank you. They will understand it. But if you don't mention it to them in advance, they will probably think that you're not good at math. And number 5, don't ever tell a Chinese taxi driver that you're new to the city. Some bad taxi drivers will think you're not familiar with the city. They will probably take you around longer on the road to make you pay more. So if I take you just another U-turn, you wouldn't know. That's really important. If you have any more questions, please leave in the comments.
A foreigner in China,
it's kind of a big deal.
Thank you for tuning in.
A foreigner in China with a camera is a kind of a bigger deal. But a black foreigner with a camera, oh my God. I get a lot of stares of people's, you know, people wave because Chinese people love the photobomb. They love the photobomb. Hello. See, this is, you get this a lot. Right. So I have people filming me film. All right. Thank you. All right.